So for those of you who haven't heard it, this is a story of the other Sunshine, Sunshine the fish. So Sunshine was a very special goldfish because Sunshine wasn't the only goldfish that I had. Sunshine was one of, I think there was like 14 or something goldfish that I had acquired from a booth at a carnival. Most of them from winning, and then I was so excited about the goldfish, I think they might have just started giving them to me. Anyway, so I wound up with a lot of goldfish. I'm giving goldfish away, and Sunshine is one I went back and won, and I really loved this fish. It was gorgeous, it was shiny, every reason I could give that I loved it more. It may sound shallow, but so that was my special fish, named it Sunshine. Don't remember the names of the other fish. So the other fish are swimming around the tank, and I start noticing they have strange little marks out of their fins, and then I realize they're decomposing, I think at first, and then later I realize they're getting eaten a bite or two at a time, tail first. And time goes on, and more fish disappear a bite or two at a time. Little fish, little fish. But some of them are growing, several of them are growing, but none of them is growing as fast as Sunshine. I'm like, well, at least Sunshine's healthy, right? Because at this point, I'm still trying to tell myself it's some sort of hoof and fin disease for fish that's making them disappear a bite at a time. But when I'm down to 2 or 3 fish left, I start realizing one of them is eating the others. And as we get down to the last 2 fish, there's a bite out of one of their tails, and I realize, oh my goodness, Sunshine isn't Sunshine. Sunshine is Jaws. So we renamed Sunshine Jaws, and I kept that fish for a while, but I think I wound up flushing it down the toilet because I'm not sure if the murder of a fish is justified by cannibalism, or even that it was murdered, because maybe it's living a happy life in the sewer now. And I haven't thought about Sunshine in a while until recently. I realized that some humans are like that fish that I initially named Sunshine. It is so great to see the light that something holds. And sometimes the only light something holds is the light it was originally created from. And sometimes the best role a person has to play in our lives is showing us our boundaries, showing us how we feel about certain energies. And not all energies are energies we like. Yes, it's great to love it all, embrace it all. But it's great to honor our preferences and honor our boundaries and honor ourselves by not always pretending we can avoid discomfort, because that's how we learn. That's how we realize new boundaries, discover new nuances of ourselves, of the world around us, of love, because God is love, right? But if you're going to continue learning, you're going to come across some things that may sneak up on you at first. And one of the ways to get through these potentially uncomfortable experiences, maybe more quickly, maybe with less suffering, is to recognize old patterns in new experiences, current experiences. So some people, a lot of people, are just finding their way and learning. But some people are practicing things they already learned for the purpose of doing less work in the short run by throwing other people under the bus, as it were. And these people kind of take a bite out of the lives of other people who may have done the work this lifetime, past lifetime, concurrent lifetime, however you want to look at it. And as awful as it may sound, it is good to be aware that sometimes people are more jaws than sunshine. It doesn't mean you don't love everybody, but loving is appreciating, is seeing, is recognizing someone for who they are, all of who they are. And so people are going to grow out of those patterns, and some people are not. And you can love them either way. That's the nature of unconditional love, but it doesn't mean you gotta bend over and let them take another bite out of you. Sometimes you need to just step aside. Sometimes they do. Y'all have a good day.